Welcome back everyone to Cities Skylines. My name is Montes, and today the focus is going to be on how to grow your city. How to go from having, like a smaller population one to effectively getting thousands and thousands of people, new people to your city. So this is going to be the focus of today. How can we actually efficiently grow the city in order for us to kind of anticipate traffic problems and to try to have a very efficient running city in City Skylines. So we are back in District City. This is going to be our district 1, and this is going to be composed of these sub areas, these sub districts. And basically you guys can name these sub-districts whatever you want. So comment on this video if you want to get your name or whatever name you pick to one of these sub-districts. It's going to be yours. Okay, so I'm actually going to establish a first sub-district. It's going to be my own district. The sub-district is going to be called Montes Hills. So as you can see, this is my own sub-district. This is my own region. It's mine, has my name, the name that I picked. Don't forget to pick yours in the comment section below. And let's continue on with the video. So one thing that is very important for growth is that, so for example, right now we have our simulation paused. However, if I just, if I'm currently in a position where I have a surplus of money, so I have an income, a weekly income of money that is positive, this means that we are basically earning money every single week. So thanks to this, don't forget that at any time that you want, your city is not going anywhere. You can just leave it running for some time and you will basically accumulate money. And this is very important whenever you are taking on new projects in your city, building new areas, because you need a large surplus of money in the very beginning. So don't be afraid to just wait it out for a little bit. We're gonna wait out a little bit until we get to 100,000. And then we are going to expand the city, as I explained before. So here we are a little bit over 100,000, whatever this is. And right now, we have probably enough money to expand the city. However, we don't have yet enough population to mess around too much with the highways. So you can see that if we want to do like a Cloverfield intersection, we need to get to 2,800 population. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're first going to expand this a little bit in order to get to this larger amount of population, and then we're going to mess around with the highway and try to get it to adjust it to what we want. So here we go. You can see that we added 3 new modules here, 3 new sub-districts, and this is going to be all part of the second district. And you can see that we're following the same pattern. So these two are basically these two. And yeah, so for now we are connecting both districts like this. However, this is not going to be the case for the future. We're going to have a highway connection going around it. And right now we can't really buy new areas of the map, so we're gonna leave it like this. One thing that I said is that each one of these districts is going to have some particularity, something different among themselves, and this one is going to have, this pattern that goes in this sub-district is going to be different for each one of the districts. So in this one, I thought I would do something like maybe I don't know, a little bit of a different design. Maybe I'll go for something diagonal. Maybe something like this. And now we basically, since we are making these one-way streets, we need to connect them to the main street. So basically 2 connections is gonna do like this. We're gonna see the city grow around this, so I think it's gonna look pretty cool. Here we go. Let's create basic conditions such as electricity and water, like this. And now we are going to add our residential, our commercial areas. And one thing to keep in mind whenever you're zoning it is that you should do it, bit by bit, because you don't know how the distribution is going to actually look like, because by zoning you then have to wait for the people to actually construct and move in. So you should do it, slowly if you can. So another thing that you should keep an eye out for is these demand bars. This is basically going to tell you what you actually need in terms of the several zones that you have. So right now you can see that we have a very high demand for industrial and offices. Since right now we only have industrial, we are going to start with that. So we are going to add up some industrial area here. We're also going to do some commercial, so I'm going to add just a little bit on this side. And as with more jobs appearing, more industrial and commercial area, then more residential demand appears because they basically need more people to live in the city to occupy those positions, those jobs. So whenever you see these icons, this means that you actually need workers. So these are looking for workers. You can see that not enough workers. Therefore, whenever this happens, you need to fill up residential areas so new people can move in to fill up those positions. And you do this balance of creating jobs, creating residential areas, creating jobs, creating residential areas. You are always trying to optimize this balance and therefore increase the population of your city. So you see that now we have more people living in, so our residential needs are actually going down. So as we can see, we filled up every single space that we established for growth. So we're going to continue on to this other area here. We're going to fill it up with some residential. We're also going to do some commercial right here. Okay, we reached Boomtown. This means that we get a new area that we can unlock. And also this means that we get some intersection, the Cloverfield intersection that I was talking about, so we can deal with the highway area as well. So we connected the highway to our three-way intersection. I think this is not too bad. The distance between lanes is relatively the same. And yeah, for now this is going to be the only connection to outside the city. And then when we expand to this area here, we are then going to do this highway around it. We're going to do another three-way intersection and going around it and then connecting in to the city. So you can see that we spent basically half of our money. We had like 120,000 and we spent like around 60,000 just to do this. So whenever you want to do like big changes to the highway, have this into account. It's going to be freaking expensive. So save money in order to do so. Eventually you're gonna add more connections to like probably these two sub-districts, but for now we're gonna keep it like this. So most of the traffic is gonna be to the industrial area. That's why we have a privileged connection in terms of highway to the industrial area that we have. And that's going to be the rule that we're going to follow for most of the city building. Since in the future I plan on connecting both of these sub-districts to the highway, I'm actually going to use them as office areas, but since we don't have office areas yet, we are going to first of all do industrial. Therefore, I'm going to delete some of the residential areas, substitute them for industrial and commercial, and I'm going to move the residential areas to these sub-districts here. I actually completely forgot to add a cemetery, so we are going to do so in this district here, in this sub-district. We're going to add a little cemetery here. We're actually going to remove this. We're going to dezone this because we don't want like very, very small houses spreading out in this area. So we're going to leave it like that. We also need a high school. Something. Okay, so we actually need more schools. So we're going to add another school here. And we're also going to add a high school. Yeah, so we now have a high school. This is important because eventually in the future you want to be able to do offices, and for that you need higher education. So we need to, step by step build up the population's education. It's gonna really help out a lot. you can see that the traffic is building up a lot in this connecting road here, because this is the only way that this industrial area can connect to the outside world through this highway. And this is mostly going to be solved whenever we are able to add another highway access specifically to this industrial area here. So one thing that we're going to do to help out the traffic a little bit, we're going to make this whole sub-district become a big roundabout. So we're going to basically do something like this. Once again, it's red because it's busy, but it's okay. Traffic flow is pretty good. Our residential areas are full, so we can keep expanding. So we can buy new land. It's something that we're gonna do right away over here, so we can expand our second district. So here we go. We have our new district all complete. Now we just have to zone it. We are then going to do a connection to the highway, and then we're going to remove this connection between districts because we don't want that. We need a specialized connection between them. For that we need, of course, money. So we're going to first expand this one, get a lot of money, and then remove this connection and move on with the highway and connect it here. And now, well, we have all our roads defined. They are all placed down. We have a lot of spaces to build. We're just slowly, gonna follow the needs of our city and expand piece by piece. Try to maintain a balanced city. So guys, we finally got Busy Town. We basically doubled our population during this video. This is basically how you grow in the balanced way. So I'm gonna leave it here, guys, for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like the video, and don't forget that you can have your own sub-district, a region defined here with your name. I chose mine as Montas Hill, although it's very dumb because there are no hills around here. It can be whatever you want. And yeah, leave a comment letting me know what you want to name your sub-district, and also what other designs you would like to see next. If you have any questions about how to grow your city, any suggestions in the future on how to make this one better. And also, if you want to support the channel, use the links down below in the description. Any purchases done with these links will help improve the quality of future videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you very much for watching.